All right, series and cylinder bodybuilding. The Detroit Pro is out, and Martin Fitzwater is your champion. Good Vito comes in second, and I believe that a superstar may be born. Actually, the guy who came in third kind of shocked everyone. Ronald Gordon, he looked great. Maybe we'll see more of him in the future. Hopefully, he needs a little bit more refinement, and he could be a really, really good bodybuilder. But first of all, a couple of things. Production value, fantastic. Black screen, we were able to see the bodybuilders through and through. So much better than if there's sponsors behind you or bright lights or smoke or whatever special attractions. The live stream, we were able to see so much better. The pictures were able to see so much better because it was just a black screen and you were able to see the bodybuilders much more. Now, this turned out to be a great show because the top two were really, really, really battling. They were as equal of two bodybuilders that I've ever seen. So it turned out to be a great show. I mean, the turnout obviously wasn't that good. It was only six. Hopefully, if they have the show again next year, then they'll have more. Maybe they can increase the the prize money a little bit. Maybe they'll have a little bit more guys. Um, I think it was the first year for the show. So, hopefully they have it next year and they get a much better turnout. But with the weak turnout, it was turned out to be an actual good show because it was a battle between Martin Fitzwater and Good Vito. Now, everybody knows that watches my show. Me and Martin are not on the best of terms, but that does not like I know him very well. I mean, I reported when he got arrested last year, and he stopped following me. He blocked me on Instagram. Okay, but that doesn't stop me from saying that he showed up really good. And not only did he show up really good, he slammed the door on Good Vito on the night show. He came out fuller and tighter and harder on the night show. And basically, it was like one of those horse races, and then one at the end came out ahead quickly, and that was Martin Fitzwater. He did what he had to do. And I think this kid has a bright future. I also think Good Vito also has a bright future. But let's look at some picks, and then we'll break it down a little bit more. Here we go. You guys know on Instagram, I love Fernando's page because let's actually refresh because sometimes he has good guys on there. Let's see. What is this? We don't want. Let's try Fernando's page again. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Much better. Okay, so here was the night show. Okay. Martin Fitzwater really came in harder at night and proved to everybody that he deserved the victory, and he pulled it out at the end. Then they're just comparing his legs and the separation of his legs uh, because Good Vito's legs are amazing. But here's your top three. You got Martin Fitzwater, Good Vito, and Ron Gordon, I believe his name is. Okay. Here's why Martin Fitzwater won. He's a more complete bodybuilder than Good Vito. What I mean by that is his flow is good. His structure is good. He has just as much size as Good Vito. Vito has these body parts that pop out at you, like his quads, boom, right? And his biceps, boom. But Martin is just more complete. He doesn't have that one body part that knocks you out of the fucking world where it's like, whoa, look at this. He is more complete. And because he is so complete and because he has just as much size, he did what he had to do. He came in harder for the night show and he took it. That was it. He exposed Good Vito as being a little bit off balance. And this guy, Ron Gordon, he really looked good. He really, really did look good. I believe, if I don't know how old he is. I know Martin Fitzwater and Good Vito are young guys, so their future is in the palm of their hand. I think these two guys are going to be really, really good in the future. I especially think Martin Fitzwater is going to be really, really good in the future, as long as he keeps his head together, which he seems to be keeping his head on his shoulders. because he put on size in his offseason. And even though he had some trouble with the law last year, he seems to be putting it together and showed up looking great and did what he had to do to win. And now this kid is going to the Olympia. Okay. That was tremendous. Now, a couple of drawbacks from this show. Yeah, you know I'm going to bring him up. Justin Rodriguez. If Justin Rodriguez can't break the top three in a lineup like this, then he really needs to consider his future. His waist looked thick, his legs looked undersized. Um, it just was not the Justin Rodriguez from 2 to 3 years ago by far. Nothing was popping. His condition was decent. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if he's just getting older. I don't know if he's just not doesn't want to put the work in. I mean, like I said, I see him in the gym, and yeah, he doesn't really do much in the gym. I'll be the first one to say it. Okay, I go to the same gym as the guy. I never see him sweating or putting any hard work in. But that might not be the problem. I don't know what the problem is. It might be age. Looks like his stomach is getting a little bit thicker. It looks like his legs are a little bit undersized. His structure looks off. He doesn't look like he has the crisp conditioning that he did. I think it was 3 years ago when he showed up at the Arnold, and then he blew it in the at night show. But then he went to Boston and looked great. He's got to consider what he wants to do, because this was a lineup where 3 years ago you would look at the lineup and you'd go, Justin wins, period. Not even close, right? And he was just really off. He just looked really off. He's got to go back to the drawing board, and he's got to figure out what he wants to do, if he's going to make improvements or if he's going to throw in the towel, because this is probably a really, really tough reality check for him, right? Like this should have been a W in his pocket easily, but it's not. He's just off, and you could even see his hamstrings, his calves. I mean, nothing was showing. It was just not. Good Vito and Martin came in shape. And that's all there is to it. And we'll see. I mean, I'll talk to him in the gym. See what. I mean, we're not on bad terms or anything. He doesn't. We're not like great friends. When I see him, we shoot the shit a little bit. But I'll talk to him in the gym a little bit more now when I see him. But other than that, I mean, Martin really, really looked good. But we also gotta tell the truth here. I mean, let's tell the truth, okay? Tony Burton does this show. It's not even close. All right. Rafael Brandau from the Columbus, Ohio does the show. It's not even close. This was a weak lineup with the two best were really, really equal, which made it entertaining. But I don't know if either one of these guys are going to be able to crack the top 10 at the Olympia. I mean, that's a whole different ball game, right? Even if Martin decides, oh, I'm going to do the New York Pro, it's now you got Tonio, now you got who else is doing it? Dorian Haywood, you got Nick Walker, you got Beef Stew. Now you got a heavy lineup, right? Now you got your work cut out for you. But the fact that it was a weak lineup doesn't mean anything to him. He came in the best shape he could come, and he won. So he did his job, and hats off to him. And I do believe he has a tremendous future. I mean, the first time I saw him, I said, like, this kid just needs a little bit of refinement, maybe more size, and because he's got great shape. He's got a small waist. He's got these amazing. He's got these amazing shoulders. He's got a really, really thick back and complete back. I like his back better than Good Vito's back, and that's saying something because Good Vito's got a good back, but his back is more complete. It's more thicker in the lower lats. Kid looked great. The kid looked fantastic. Now, on a side note, I just want to preface this. I know this is off topic a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, it's my show. I can do what I want. But anyway, I didn't touch on this mostly on the last Muscle Talk. Now, obviously, I made a mistake on Muscle Talk. I thought Martin Fitzwater dropped out because I saw a post from RX Muscle. I read it wrong, and then I obviously corrected myself and felt like an idiot. Okay, it happens, and I left it in because I want to be as transparent as possible. I'm human. I make mistakes. That was a mistake, and I corrected it, so I didn't have to do a follow-up video to correct it. I corrected the mistake I made halfway through. Okay. I'm not gonna edit anything of that like that out. Okay. This is not ESPN where we can get rid of them, where we want everything to be perfect. This is podcasting. And one good thing about podcasting is you see the screw ups and you see the guys who hit home runs. I mean, there are plenty of videos I have where I nail it. And then sometimes I screw it up. And I am not going to get rid of that. I am not here to like edit out my imperfections. If that's what I said, I'm keeping it in. It was a mistake. I corrected myself. I felt like an idiot. I still feel like an idiot that I made that mistake. But Martin Fitzwater actually proved me wrong. So I apologize to him because I was talking junk. And I am glad that he actually won and showed everybody that he can be a top caliber bodybuilder. So kudos to him. And we will see you at the Olympia. And that's it. Now remember, like, share, subscribe. Peace.